what do you want students and fellow researchers to take away from the book?
I think a whole variety of things. I think affectively, I'd like them to, reading the book, to build up their courage, to make them feel positive about doing things in their own ways, encouraging them to think about methodological, non-methodological practices, which are innovative, which are different. I've just been having a conversation with someone over coffee who's using hip-hop as a form of research, and I think that's come through the kind of communities that she's working with, talking with people, reading books of the kind that my book is. So I think that those affective dimensions are really important, because there is a very strong performative audit culture which constrains people to do research in very narrow and limited kinds of ways. And I think that I'd like the work to be subversive.
You've used the term plateaus instead of chapters. What's the thinking behind this, and how does it link into the themes of the book? I've
taken it from Deleuze and Guattari. I don't know whether they took it from someone else, but certainly in their book 1,000 Plateaus, which was the first part of the capitalism and schizophrenia study, the book is constructed around, it's not actually 1,000 plateaus, I can't remember how many it is, but each plateau is in a sense an entry point into the book. The idea is that, so one plateau, shall we say, focuses upon music, another plateau focuses upon biology, and so on. So that you can literally, and I do this, I've had the book since 1999, and I just open it up, and you can, it's an entry point. It's hugely cross-referential, so you're reading something on, I don't know, biodeterminism, say, in a particular plateau, and then you can reference, through the use of the index and so on, you can go across to another plateau. So the idea, I think, when I have the imagery of the plateau in my mind, it's like that you're almost sort of doing this. And one of the things that they talk a lot about in terms of the way in which ideas develop and are formed are through what they call rhizomatic patterns and trends. And I think a rhizomatic structure is much more resonant with the idea of plateaus rather than linear chapters where you start with an introduction and then chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. So I think the book can be read in a very different way. That's what I'm hoping anyway. That's certainly what they encourage with their, Deleuze famously writes, there are two ways to write a book, and one of them is through using the plateaus, of going in and saying, well, this bit interests me, and now I'll come in here and this bit, and so on. So I was very much taken by that. And I mean, particularly, I think, again, for students, I mean, I hope lots of students will read it, and I think, with them, if they're studying on in a particular area, their ability or their encouragement to enter the book at different points because they're interested in one aspect that might be on page 150, I hope they do that.